It's, we can't see the letters. Everything is backwards. Not y'all, everybody else. So it's going to take me a minute. How y'all doing? Take me a minute to get this together, you guys. Any complaints about the audio, let me know now so we can get it fixed. Hope everybody's having a great morning. After this is set up, I will be. I tell you that. I tell you that. I will have a great morning once this is fixed. Yes, we definitely have to start early now to make sure that the screen is right. I don't want anybody complaining at me anymore. Can't see the text. So if anybody care to chime in and say how we look or help me out, oh boy, would I help. Would I really appreciate that there. You guys can let me know how we're looking, how we sounding, anything, you know. I'd really help. I really appreciate that. Because then the show will go much better because I'll feel like you guys can actually see me because I don't know what the hell is going on. So, yeah, if you guys can hear and see me, so it's like the $1,000,000 question right now. It's like I'd really appreciate if you guys could let me know. Let me know. See how we looking up in here right now. Okay, I'm going to go off of what I see up here. I can go off of what I see here. We're a little crooked, I see. A little bit crooked. Yeah, we can come up a little bit now. Make sure that whole screen is in there. And get that crooked out of there. See if that works. You know I'm a perfectionist, guys. How everybody doing this morning? It's your boy Bugatti NYC. Could have went anywhere. Fact of the matter that you came here to chill with me, I appreciate you. Let's see what we got going on here. I think we may have possibly got it fixed. I'm lagging with you guys, so I got to see what happens here. Looks like a little bit on that side over there. A little bit over by, yeah, we got time. A little bit over by this side. This side. Okay, so that's what I'm going to do. Okay, this side is, oh, it's actually the right side, so I can lift that side up now. Lift this side. Let me see something. Let me see, because you know I am the perfectionist who likes to have it all right. You know we gotta have it right. Gotta have it. How Steele said it when he was cooking in the kitchen. Gotta have it right now, Charlie. There we go. I think we good now. Hope everybody's having a fantastic morning. It's your boy Bugatti NYC, and like I always tell you, could have went anywhere. Fact of the matter that you came here to chill with me, I appreciate you. Okay, everybody, let me know on the count of 3 how we looking. 1, 2, 3. I think we good. I just want to make sure we got the top all up in there. I don't want to cut anybody's head off or anything. I do graphics, so I'm a perfectionist. We a little bit over the top of Trump's head. We can go a little higher. 555. Actually, yeah, we could go just, gotta make sure you guys can see everything, you know? Just want to make sure you guys can see everything. Hope everybody's having a fantastic day, and that's why we took this extra time here in order to set up to make sure that we're right. Okay, now we're going to ask you about audio. Audio good? Everybody's good with audio? I think everybody's good with audio and video now. I'm pleased with what I'm seeing here. So yeah, we can start the show now. Okay, we can start the show now. Let's see what we got over here on time. We got a lot of time going, so that means that we got time to send something up in the air, you guys. That's right. Let's see who we got over here. Oh, I'm sorry. Trump says, I will be the top person in charge of Venezuela. When asked, so who's going to run the country now? That's what his answer was. Said it 2 times. We got some proof on that. Let's keep on moving forward. Just want you guys to know, happy that you guys are here. Let's have a fantastic Wednesday morning, and let's keep the ball rolling. Where we at right now with our time? Okay, cool, January 7th. Let me get over here and check. Make sure that I got this audio up so that you guys can hear that. Everybody come on in, come on in, come on in. Good morning, good morning. Okay, yeah. Now I hear it. Okay. It's morning time, you guys. It's not quite 6 o'clock yet, but I would like to put up some prayers. I'd like to pray for strength, security, as well as good measure and great health. Also good spirits to every single person that's here, everybody's family members as well. And our animals too, because they count as family too. Who do I want to pray for right now? I want to make sure we're praying for Brian. I already see Luigi's up in the building. Thank you so much, my brother. Batty Lynn, we got up in here this morning. Who is that? Is that Rebecca Lanyan Bueno that I love praying for every single day for her health and good spirits and good reports back from her doctor? Who else we got up in here? We got Get Vit TV 744. I see Luigi and Brian. Okay, who's that? Solo Thug. What's going on, Solo Thug? How you guys doing this morning? Also want to give another prayer out to Tim the Jim, who hasn't been around in a few days. Hope you're doing good, love. Kendra Walker. Who else? Sam Champion. Okay, we got to think about a couple of other people like Miss Swanza and many more people that's always here for the show. Amen. Let's get it going, you guys. I'm ready to go. You know what that means. It's almost time. It's almost 6 o'clock. We got our audio up. We got our video up. I'm ready, you guys. I'm comfortable. Let's get it. Me. Remember that from Tom and Jerry? Another day. Thank God to have it with you guys. You always turn me up. So y'all know what I'm about to say? Let me check this time right here, because I'm ready to go. They're ready to go. I said it's time to start the show. I hope you're ready, yo, 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 yo. Oh. Y'all ready? Wind it up. Wind it up. Wind it up. Wind it up. For 6 o'clock, y'all. It's gotta be 6 o'clock somewhere. You need another one? How about electric boogie wave? Let's see if that works. Ah. Boom. No? Okay. Olay. It wanted that Olay wave. It wanted that electric boogie wave, y'all. And you know what we gotta do right now? We gotta open up those pores. What has he got set up for himself? We gotta open up them pores. We got a big shout out to somebody that we got mad respect for in the hip hop world, y'all. We gotta open up those pores. Doo, 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 doo. We gotta open up those pores. Doo, 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 doo. Open up those pores. Boom, 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 boom. We gotta open up those pores. Boom, 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 boom. Boom, 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 boom. Ha, ha, sicker than your average. Papa twist cabbage off instinct. Niggas don't think shit stink pink gators. My Detroit players. Tim's for my hooligans in Brooklyn. That's right, dead right. Biggie there every night. Papa been smooth since days of under rules with my crew. Think cruise who, don't cruise who. I don't know the rest of the song, but I'ma spit it. If hope y'all have a good day to get with it. It's time to get on the grind for our bottom line. I'm your boy Boogotti, so let's get with it. Real talk, that's it. And y'all know what I'm about to do right now, right? If pump that beat. It's Wednesday. What's today, y'all? I'm sorry, y'all. I'm so sorry, y'all. It's Wednesday the 7th, y'all. That's right, y'all. 2026. I'm your host, Bugatti NYC, and this here's our bottom line, where we be talking about this and that and that and this and this and that and that. Where we be talking about this and that and that and this and this and that still got me lit. That's right, you guys. I know I made a mistake, but I was saying to myself, I hope you get all them lyrics, because Biggie be getting busy on that. Ha, sicker than your average. Papa twist cabbage off instinct. Niggas don't think shit stink. Pink Gators, my Detroit players. Tim's for my hooligans in Brooklyn. That's right, dead right. Biggie there, a night. Papa been smooth since days of under rules. That's a lot. That's a lot right there. That dude used to get busy. Gotta give Biggie small props. You think I was gonna be able to do that whole thing? I probably would have been able to, but I would have been on the floor. Shout out to Big, B.I.G. Notorious, B.I.G. R.I.P. to one of the greatest legends in the world. Had to show him some love, you guys. Hope you guys are having a fantastic day. It's your boy Bugatti NYC, and like I always tell you, you could have went anywhere, but the fact of the matter that you came here to chill with me, I appreciate you guys. I appreciate you so much. Let's see who's up in this chat right now. Yeah, man, it ain't easy to do Biggie Smalls. I'm going to tell you guys straight up and down. That's right, you guys. Good morning. Who that right there? Sweeping the D-rug dealers to the what? To the Peter Fitthouse is wild. Okay, good morning, everybody. Hope everybody's good. It's daddies. It's your dad's. Okay. I don't know what you guys are saying. The 90s, there you go. Somebody staying on topic. I really appreciate it. Somebody said the 90s was the last great decade, so much talent. There you go. You said it better than me, and I'm so glad that you understand it. So that must mean you understand the era, the Heavy D, the last of that era, the not Rakims, the 90s, like your Coogee Raps was still around doing this thing. Had some real good music at that time. The R&B was crazy. Everything was good. Made songs and all of that. It was real good. It was really good time to be a musician and to listen to music, you guys. But you know what we're here to do, right? It's our bottom line. We're here for trending topics and current events. It's 6 o'clock in the morning. You guys, do your boy a favor. Let's double tap that screen to get those likes up. That gets more people over here to let them know what we got going on. And you know what I'm about to say right now, right? I got 5 on it. I'm going to stack 5 videos at a time. All I'm going to ask you guys to do is stay on topic, stay on point, this way that we have a good dialogue. Also, do me a favor, let me know where you're chiming in from, and let me know what time it is, because I know sometimes we're in different countries, states, everywhere. So I like to know where you're chiming in from. It helps me to go look and research content so that we have relevant topics to talk about. And today, I always promise you guys, I'll let you know. See, I'm the type of block boy that used to tell you, yo, the pack is good today or the pack is not good today. Check this out, but that was a long time ago. I'm just gonna let you guys know right now, the pack is good today. We got a good show loaded up for you guys. I can't wait to get it going, because we got everything from trending topics, current events, from Maduro to Epstein, everything, you guys. And you know what I'm gonna tell you right now, right? I don't feel like wasting no more time. Did I already say that I got 5 on it? Because that's what I got. And also now what I'm gonna do is let's get into these titles. I gotta get into these titles right now, because what do we have right here? With no more reversals. We can see it the same way. We don't have to turn anything around anymore. So we have Trump says, I will be the person in charge of Venezuela. Yes, I told you guys already. When asked by news, they said, who's gonna be running Venezuela now that Maduro's been out? He said, we will be. Then he went into a little more detail and said, I'll be the head of everything, which kind of makes sense until they get the right person in control. I'm not sure what you guys think, but we will definitely get your comments over here that I definitely want to read, because I want to know what you guys think about all of these topics. Let's keep on moving forward, because secondly, what do we have? In-depth instructions on how to unredact. That's right, in-depth instructions on how to do what? Unredact the Jeffrey Epstein files. We showed you guys a small little clip a couple of days ago of how to unredact the files. But guess what? We've got a longer, more in-depth situation where you guys might be able to take everything off. They think they're getting something off over on us. Well, guess what? There's someone out there always smarter. And guess what? They found a way to unredact the files. I can't wait to get into that part right there. Not only that, but I was reading the comments yesterday, and some smart person said, I think AI can unredact the files. And I said, ooh, you might be right. Never know. Now we can use it and see what happens with that. Maybe we can throw it in AI and see if AI can unredact those files. Let's keep on going forward, you guys, because last but not least, on our header this morning, we have thousands of Americans that have been left stranded across the Caribbean due to the ban. That's right. Once Venezuela was being struck and Maduro was being brought over, everything was frozen. That means no one's flying anywhere, no one's getting in or out of several different countries. I've been watching TikToks, Instagrams, different posts of various Americans that said, we've been here an extra 4 days because of the travel ban. Hopefully that means once Maduro is now here, secured, going to court, they'll lift the travel ban and people will be able to come back to the country. But we're gonna see, there's a lot to get into, you guys. Guess what? Let's get busy. Let's do what we got to do, because I've been talking enough. Let's get the show on the road. Hope you guys got your coffee, your tea, your juice, your water. It's time to get busy. Thank you for all the love. Do your boy a favor, double tap that screen to get those likes up. First thing we're going to start off this morning with, and I'm just going to tell you guys, we got a lot to run through, a lot in the clip. I'm going to be putting up content, seeing if you guys have something to say about it, moving directly on to the next clip, because I really want to make sure that we get everything out today. It's very important because we got a lot to get into. Let's go, you guys. Good morning. Let's get it. And this is going to be President Trump making a very direct, let me say it correctly. Trump issues a scathing warning to Republicans. I got to tell you guys, this is one of the most important clips of the day that I have to agree with. I'm not a Republican. I'm not a Democrat, and I'm not an independent, not a newscaster. I'm a human being that made a platform for everybody to debate so that we could speak and have knowledgeable conversations. That's why we made our bottom line. I agree with more than one person from different parties. I'm not an independent, I'm a human being. So don't think that just because I'm agreeing with somebody, oh, he's this, he's that. Nope, I just happen to nitpick. I happen to pick what I like. And some people I like, some people I don't. And I don't like everything that anybody does 100%. Didn't even like 100% of what my own mama did. You shouldn't either. Let's keep on moving forward, you guys. Let's see what Trump has to say about this situation. The reason I opened up like that is because I agree with 100% of everything that he's saying.
Doubt that she didn't have what it takes. But you got to win the midterms, because if we don't win the midterms, it took 6 weeks to find out that she didn't have what it takes. But you got to win the midterms, because if we don't win the midterms, it's just going to be, they'll find a reason to impeach me. I'll get impeached. We don't impeach them. You know why? Because they're meaner than we are. We should have impeached Joe Biden for 100 different things. They are mean and smart. But fortunately for you, they have horrible policy. They can be smart as can be. But when they want open borders, when they want, as I said, men and women's sports, when they want transgender for everyone, bring your kids in, we're going to change the sex of your child. Just send them our way. In some cases, like in Minnesota, they don't even tell the parents. Is that right? And nobody believes it when I say it. I think we have 6 states. Nobody, am I correct? Okay, Tom Emmer said yes, so. But it's true. Where the kid comes back, they keep the kid. They operate on the kid. They don't tell the parents. It's not believable. We have great, solid common sense policy. They have horrendous policy. What they do is they stick together. They never have a no vote. They impeached me. I never knew I was going to be impeached. I get a phone call, you just got impeached. I said, what does that mean? It took them 10 minutes. They impeached the president of the United States, who did a damn good job. I rebuilt our military, Space Force, I got everything. I did a lot. They impeached me for nothing, twice, for nothing. Fortunately, you were on our side, and we were unanimous. And the second time, the few people in this little group, like Rice and this, they're all gone. Every one of them is gone, except one that we're going to sort of let ride with. some guy that has a estate that you might as well just let him ride. But think of it, everyone's gone. Everyone's gone. It makes me feel so good. I don't want to feel vicious, but I'm so happy that everyone. And they're seriously gone, too. They lost in landslides. This guy named Rice, he lost by 48 points, right? Remember him? Oh, no, there he is. What a job you did, Mr. Fry, Congressman Fry. I looked around for somebody. It's true, this was a good choice. We've made some bad choices, too, because you have to do it. I said, who the hell can run against this guy, Rice? It was a Trump plus 40 district. They had riots around his house that night. You know, he voted, I'd vote to impeach. And that night they had riots. So they said, who the hell? Just give me somebody. A warm body. and then, no, it has to be a living, breathing person. And then if I could get a genius, it would be good. And we got a guy who is so good. He's been, I think, are you happy with him? I think so. Stand up, bro.
Yo, your boy said, give me anybody, a warm body, yo. President Trump be acting up. Like I said, I don't agree with everything everybody does, but when it comes down to those policies, when it comes down to transgender and doing anything to our children, you know, I just don't play that game at all. And I'm fearful that it's going to come no matter what, because you can only hold it back but for so long. And if everybody doesn't really rally together to fight against this situation with all this Trizans and broken wristed click stuff, it's going to be bad. I really see myself in the next couple of years just traveling other countries if this goes on. You guys are going to see Bugatti doing this thing from other countries like, hey, look what's going on over in India. Look what's going on over here. Because I really won't be comfortable if a lot of things get turned back over, like if our borders get opened back up and people start doing those, you know, those convoys again where everybody's walking over. I'm going to be really peed off about that. And as soon as I see anything that has to do with that transgender crazy stuff in school, back with the children where they flashing and doing all that nonsense, I'm going to really have a problem with that as well. So before I flip the script, I might have to go, because sometimes you got to give it up. What I'm going to do? Fight? I can't beat everybody. Y'all can have it. If that starts to happen, that's why I'm saying we really got to rally behind the situations here for different individuals who do not believe in certain things that we don't believe in, and that are not for the for things that we aren't for. No matter what the party, hell with all of that crap. Let's keep on moving forward, because now we're going back to Washington, where Trump tells NBC News that he will be the person in charge of Venezuela. I noticed some of these news broadcast companies, they try to steer the narrative in certain ways. I don't know if NBC is like that, but I noticed how she tried to do that on this telecast here, but I'm going to let it slide. Hopefully you guys might catch it as well, but I'm going to let it play out. That's the title of our show today. Trump tells NBC News that he will be the top person in charge of Venezuela. I don't think he's saying it like, oh, I'm going to go over there and be the president. I think as far as policy and how things are laid out, and as far as the transition is concerned, is what he's talking about. But of course, different newscasts and broadcasts try to promote it in their narrative. So let's keep it moving forward, you guys. Let's go.
Welcome to Meet the Press Now. I'm Kristen Welker in Washington, where we're getting new reaction from President Trump in an exclusive phone interview I had with him this afternoon after the stunning capture and arrest of Venezuelan President Nicolas Maduro this weekend, as the ousted leader made his first court appearance today. This was the scene this morning as Maduro was transported to federal court, surrounded by guards before being loaded into an armored truck. Maduro and his wife both pled not guilty to charges which include narco-terrorism, conspiracy, cocaine importation conspiracy, and weapons charges.
Now, this is the same walk of shame that Luigi Mangione took when he came in on the helicopter, if you guys remember. The only difference is Luigi Mangione's defense is saying, because of the way you brought me in, my defense is this, my defense is that. I like to bring things up while it's going on, because I've seen many people come into New York, especially on helicopter, to go to federal court and land in the same place. Let's keep on moving forward. And this is also how I knew that it was Maduro and his wife, when they were asking the other day in the news, because you can see that bun that's on the back of her head right here, much smaller than he is. His impression is much bigger, and he's got like some really like high colored orange shoes on in this shot right here.
Maduro seeming defiant during court today, telling the court via a translator, quote, "I am still the president of my country." The president reacting to today's arraignment during my phone call with him, telling me, quote, "It is an extraordinary moment in history. That's true. And it's great for the hemisphere." He went on to say the prices of oil are going to, be reduced. The president also telling me we are not at war with Venezuela and that he would not need congressional approval to send in a second strike. One of the biggest questions right now is who is really in charge in Venezuela after President Trump said explicitly on Saturday that the U.S. would run the country. I asked the president about that today, if Secretaries Rubio and Hegseth, Stephen Miller would be the top 3 people in charge of Venezuela. The president said, yeah, among the top people, including J.D. Vance. I then asked him, who will be the top person if there is one? The president's answer to that question was me. Yesterday on Meet the Press, I also asked Secretary of State Marco Rubio about who's in charge. Here's what he said. Who are those people who will be running the country specifically?
You guys have been asking me this question. Now that Venezuela's Maduro has been taken out, who's going to run it? Here's your answers.
Well, it's not running, it's running policy. The policy with regards to this. We want Venezuela to move in a certain direction because not only do we think it's good for the people of Venezuela, it's in our national interest. This is a team effort by the entire national security apparatus of our country, but it is running this policy. And the goal of the policy is to see changes in Venezuela that are beneficial to the United States.
But hours later, while speaking to reporters on Air Force One, President Trump offered a different view.
He had more to say after to the United States. He said to the United States, other foreign countries, and as well. They just cut it right there because they was talking about beneficial to the United States. That's what I mean by you got to catch them when they say certain things and really be careful in what their message is trying to be. I'd never try to cut something like that. If anything, I ask you guys, you want to keep on going? Let me know. Let's thumbs up or whatever. Like, I'm not going to probably cut it at a certain place where I'm going to try to make my narrative try to be the one that said. I'm not going to do that. And because y'all already know y'all tear me up in the comments if I do something like that anyway. But that was a good try right there. Let's go.
Doubling down on his statement that the U.S. will run Venezuela and seeming to threaten Venezuela's interim leader.
You said that you want to run Venezuela.
We're dealing with the people. We're dealing with the people that just got sworn in. And don't ask me who's in charge because I'll give you an answer and it'll be very controversial.
What does that mean?
It means we're in charge.
Can you just clarify where you stand on Delcy Rodriguez right now being in?
I don't have to tell you. I just say that you will face a situation probably worse than Maduro. Because, Maduro gave up immediately.
Okay, let's keep on moving forward, you guys. That's not it. We got to keep on moving forward. Double tap that screen. And yes, more questions have been asked, so we got to give you guys some more answers. So we're going to get on over to these Republicans who are actually in the same party, who's not in too much agreement with President Trump and what's going on with Venezuela. As you guys are saying in the comments that I noticed, Trump is not polling well. You also saying stuff like, what else? Stole that country, and people still mad. You must be articulate. You know how to tie a tie. Okay, I definitely do. The U.S. needs to run Mexico too. He ain't take out nothing more. Show his S is illegal. Let's keep on moving forward, you guys. Woo, we got them bubbling in the comments right now. You guys are staying on point. I love it because you guys are having a fantastic conversation. We're gonna stay over there. We're gonna stay in Venezuela for a while because I got a little more for you right now because all Republicans are not happy with what's going on right now in Venezuela. Check this out.
Previous presidents told us to go to war over WMDs, weapons of mass destruction that did not exist. Now it's the same playbook, except we're told that drugs are the WMDs. This is about oil and regime change. Mr. Speaker, James Madison warned us that in no part of the Constitution is more wisdom to be found than...
This is Representative Thomas Massie, that's right, of Kentucky, a Republican who's making these statements that you guys just heard. Let's keep on going.
in the clause which confides the question of war and peace to the legislature and not the executive. Madison called it the crown jewel of Congress. The framers understood a simple truth. To the extent that war-making power devolves to one person, liberty dissolves.
But then you got a Democrat. Okay, I think that's enough that I could.
If the president
I could take enough of it. I could take that from you. And then we got a Democrat over here who's stumped and saying, wait a minute, what's going on? I thought that was a good thing that we got Maduro. That's
Senator
right.
John Fetterman sits on the Homeland Security Committee, and he joins us now. Senator, thanks so much for joining Fox and Friends
We got Fetterman who says, I thought this was a good thing.
This morning, you were one of the few Democrats that praised the president's actions of capturing this narco-terrorist to stand trial today in his first preliminary hearing.
Fetterman?
Senator?
Yes.
Your thoughts about what we're seeing? I don't know if you're able to see the monitor.
What we're seeing.
That's on the, I think that's the FDR Drive, Brooklyn Bridge. Oh yeah, I didn't even know that they brought them in over there. Oh, I'm glad I'm kind of glad you did freeze right there. Okay.
It's like, yeah.
I ain't glad that you continuing to freeze though. Okay, so can you get your SHI together, please?
I mean, for me, I think I don't know why we can't just.
Yeah, because I want you guys to hear what he has to say. Let me do the old school. This is when it's good to know old school. Sometimes you gotta pause it and let it catch up to itself. Y'all know what I'm talking about, right? Let's see if that's gonna help us in this instance. I don't know, I'm not sure.
Just acknowledge that it's been a good thing what's happened. I mean, I've seen the speeches from whether it's Leader Schumer.
Okay, so now I know what I'm going to do. I want us to get that whole thing, and I don't want any problems, so that's what I'm going to do. We're going to take it from the top, y'all. Let's be patient on this one. Let's see if we can get a better situation going down. If we start it all over again, let's see what happens with that. But I do want you guys to see what Fetterman has to say about the situation, if you can stop doing that.
Senator John Fetterman sits on the Homeland Security Committee, and he joins us now. Senator, thanks so much for joining Fox and Friends this morning. You were one of the few Democrats that praised the president's actions of capturing this narco-terrorist to stand trial today in his first preliminary hearing.
Hopefully we good now. It wanted to look nasty.
Yes.
It was going for this look.
Your thoughts about what we're seeing? I don't know if you're able to see the monitor.
What we're seeing, it's like, yeah, I mean, for me, I think I don't know why we can't just acknowledge that it's been a good thing what's happened. I mean, I've seen the speeches from whether it's Leader Schumer or kinds of past tweets from President Biden. You know, we all wanted this man gone, and now he is gone. I think we should really appreciate exactly what happened here, and I think we did, just as I've salute our military, what they've done. That was really surgical and precise and very efficient. So why we can't celebrate these kinds of things. And I'm open to the good opportunities that a better future for Venezuela after this happened.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. There are 8 million displaced Venezuelans celebrating. Aren't the Democrats who are complaining about this? Aren't they watching those celebrations?
Yeah, that's what I don't understand. Like, y'all ignoring all of those people that's actually happy about what's going on. Like, you don't even live over there. I understand you saying we shouldn't probably go over there, mind your business, and there's probably a lot of people thinking that they're just after the oil. I get it. I understand what you're trying to say. But when the people of the country are rejoicing, jumping around saying, talk to us, the Venezuelan Americans, the protesters, the ones that were like happy about Maduro's capture. What about them? Like when we talk about like all of Jeffrey Epstein's victims all of the time, we want to speak to the victims. We don't want to really see no files. You know what I want? Hey, can we get 300 victims to come in and then we give them the files? They're scared of that. And then you give them all the files, right, and let them sit down? Because then the lady's going to be like, that's me right here. This is my case. This is the name that's redacted. Ooh, boy, if they do that, it's gonna really get hot in here. If y'all really break down those files, if y'all break them down like that, bring all them ladies in one room and let's give them all of the Epstein files, the redacted ones. You don't have to worry about them because they're gonna know well, except for the ones that's like full page redactions, then we're gonna have a problem. But any ones that's like partially redacted where they can figure out if it's them, I'm sure a lot of them will be able to say, this is that person, this is me. They don't want to do that. Let's keep on moving forward and see what these Venezuelan Americans are saying in Doral, Florida.
The heart of Florida's Venezuelan community celebrating after U.S. forces captured dictator Nicolas.
Man, they look really angry over there.
Maduro. Our next guest is a Venezuelan American activist who attended the celebration after several of his family members were forced into exile during Maduro's rise. His cousin was even kidnapped for days.
Yeah, but no, they didn't do a good thing, y'all.
Just a few years ago. Miami Young Republican Secretary Luis Valdez Jimenez joins us now. Luis, thanks so much for joining the program.
Look at his face.
Thank you so much. Good morning.
He can't stop smiling.
Good morning to you. Luis, can you paint the picture? I mean, I was talking with a lot of my Venezuelan friends, and many of them still in Venezuela.
He can't stop smiling.
They were sharing videos with me. There's
morning,
utter
Orgy,
elation amongst the Venezuelan people, but explain to our audience why.
This has been a dream come true. We've been dreaming and praying and hoping for this day for many years.
Mark said he served the military, and he's been wanting this to happen as well.
So disappointed several times, but finally, thank God and thank you, President Trump, this finally happened. It's really difficult to explain if you haven't had this kind of experience. But essentially, we had a prosperous, thriving democracy. I remember going as a kid to Venezuela to visit my family, and it was a wealthy, prosperous country, rivaling the U.S. even in some respects. But then socialism took over, Chavez took over, and Maduro.
Come on, give him better viewer than that. What are you doing? Why are you giving us this garbage this morning with this 144? Why we gotta watch it like that, man? Hold on a minute, guys. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. You know what I'm about to do? We're gonna turn off the internet. Yeah, turn it all the way off. See if Verizon can get us a better line. I don't feel like playing around with that all day. Kidding me? Let's see if we can get a better rainbow. See if we can get this going. It's ridiculous. I apologize, you guys. Double tap that screen. Let's get those lights up.
So the heart of Florida's Venezuelan community celebrating after U.S. forces captured dictator Republican Secretary Luis Valdez Jimenez joins us now. Luis, thanks so much for joining the program.
Thank you so much. Good morning.
So, good morning to you. Luis, can you paint the picture? I mean, I was talking with a lot of my Venezuelan friends, and many of them still in Venezuela, and they were sharing videos with me. There's utter elation amongst the Venezuelan people, but explain to our audience why.
Why?
This has been a dream come true. We've been dreaming and praying and hoping for this day for many years. We've been so disappointed several times, but finally, thank God and thank you, President Trump, this finally happened. It's really difficult to explain if you haven't had this kind of experience. But essentially, we had a prosperous, thriving democracy. I remember going as a kid to Venezuela to visit my family, and it was a wealthy, prosperous country, rivaling the U.S. even in some respects. But then socialism took over, Chavez took over, and Maduro eventually took over, and the country eventually just collapsed. So we went from one of the wealthiest countries in the world to one of the poorest countries in the world. We had a massive humanitarian crisis. Our rights were taken away. Our futures were taken away. Millions of Venezuelans had to flee the country. And so it's really hard to explain.
And then many of them were thrown in prison. Check this out. This guy just went over there to visit his family. Watch what happened to him. Check this out. Yeah, so all you Democrats, I hope you're watching today's episode. Not Democrats, all of the leaders, excuse my French, all of the leaders and people like AOC and Chuck Schumer who are talking about this situation and saying what's going on is bad. Excuse my mistake there. Let's keep on moving forward, you guys.
In an American jail, the prisons in Venezuela remain filled with his political prisoners, including some Americans left in brutal conditions there. Our chief national security correspondent, Jennifer Griffin, spoke with a former prisoner and joins us live from Washington.
Sandra, after the U.S. military campaign ramped up in September, the Maduro regime nabbed 5 Americans to use as possible bargaining chips. They remain imprisoned in Venezuela's notorious prison system alongside hundreds of Venezuelan political prisoners.
Right now, they're very protected because nobody's going to mess with us. They're very protected. The people of, and we let them know that you better not touch one of them.
But former prisoners held by the Maduro regime are concerned. Renzo Humanchimo Castillo, a Peruvian-American green card holder from California, was jailed on phony espionage charges in 2024 after traveling to Venezuela to meet his wife's family. He was held for 200 days.
I got thrown against the wall. And then from there, when they transferred me to another city, they hit me with the back of the rifle. This whole time I was covered and I was handcuffed.
He was released as part of a deal negotiated by Secretary of State Marco Rubio in July. He's concerned about the 5 Americans who have yet to be released since Maduro's overthrow.
If any of those American citizens or any of them need medicine, there is no medicine. There is no food. The water is very bad. So the torture of the way of living is another way of torture, you know? The lights never turned off. I mean, you're talking about the worst conditions on a cell that you can imagine. The whole time you're smelling nothing but sewer.
Marine Corps veteran Matthew Heath said the U.S. airstrikes felt like Christmas to him. The Venezuelan government detained him in September of 2020. He was held for 2 years until the Biden administration negotiated his release.
I was brutally
wait a minute.
tortured. My human rights were violated. I'd like to call on President Rodriguez to immediately release those 5 Americans as a show of goodwill towards the United States.
We have learned the names of...
I mean, we could just keep on doing this about all of the people that were in real situations that got arrested for being prisoners of war. They didn't even have nothing to do with it. But hey, all the leaders like AOC and Chuck Schumer, yeah, I think y'all need to shut y'all mouths at this point because y'all don't know what the hell y'all talking about. Let's get on over to, and if I can make it there, I'll make it. Anywhere, it's up to you. New York, New York. Sad story right here, you guys. Very sad story that I don't even want to report. Thinking about the 3 daughters who lost their dad in this tragic event. We've shown this story, I think it was the day before yesterday, of a gentleman that was walking to work and another guy was walking by with a helmet on. Next thing you know, the guy tried. As a matter of fact, I'm just going to tell you guys what's going on here. A man that was minding his business was brutally nabbed and lost his life while on his way to work in the Bronx. You guys, do your boy a favor, double tap that screen, get those likes up. We like to get these types of stories out to let people know what to be aware of and what's going on in various different places, not to try to fearmonger or anything like that. But I really like to get these stories out. So let's double tap that screen, hit that like button. That's right, hit that like button. It gets more people over here to let them know what's going on. Thank you. Let's keep on moving over to the Bronx. And yeah, sad story, but I gotta tell it. Gotta tell this story right here, sorry.
Now to breaking news involving a deadly attack in the Bronx. Police have made an arrest in the random stabbing of a 53-year-old man. Eyewitness News reporter Lucy Yang with the story from Melrose.
It was a bloody, random encounter on a city sidewalk. Monday afternoon, 53-year-old George Ennin was on his way to work when he happened to cross paths with another man approaching from the opposite direction. Ennin dodges a surprise kick, but as you can see in the surveillance video, the violent stranger then pulls out a knife. The victim attempts to flee. It appears he stumbles on some uneven bricks and falls. Police say the vicious attacker pounces and stabs the helpless victim multiple times, and then manages to get back on his feet for a few seconds, desperate for help, but later dies from his injuries. This downstairs neighbor of the victim horrified to learn of his violent death.
George is nice people. He always say hi to me. If he got problem, then Lando, he ask me what happened. It's good people for me. Yeah, it's good people.
We're told George worked as a security guard and was in his work uniform when he lost his life. This is 3rd Avenue by 157th Street in the Melrose section of the Bronx.
Very dangerous area. I don't care what nobody talking about. I was walking over there one day. I looked at this girl. I kept on walking. Next thing you know, another dude pulled out. Yo, that's my girl. I'm like, no problem. Didn't even say nothing to her, brother. Can't beat everybody. Understand that. You got to know when to hold them. This situation right here, the bricks was definitely what tripped him up. definitely should not have been caught up in no terrible situation like that. I want to know who this person was. Why was he walking with a helmet on, of all things, with gloves? Could have been like a delivery person or something like that. Need to know more research on information on this guy that's been arrested.
Neighbors say the victim had 2 daughters who meant the world to him.
This man was one in a million. He was a diamond in the rough. He raised 2 daughters single-handedly.
About 24 hours later, police arrest 38-year-old Sean Jones from the Bronx and charge him with murder. Authorities do not believe the 2 men knew each other. It was a chance passing, which would prove a violent end for one hardworking father. In the Bronx, Lucy Yang, Channel 7, Eyewitness News.
Yeah, y'all. Terrible situation. Now the daughters lost their father, all for what? For absolutely nothing. Because they didn't have no beef, didn't even know each other. That's sad right there, you guys. That's why a couple of years ago on the website, I was selling body armor. Yep, for situations like that. Kind of predicted something like this was going to happen, where the police force was going to start to dwindle down. And then a lot of these crazy people are starting to get out of these insane asylums here in our states as well, and prisons. I want to pray for the man who lost his life in this tragic event, as well as his daughters and his family, because no one deserves to lose their life like that outside on a cold street in the broad daylight with somebody that takes his life like that. And hopefully this person is brought to justice. Amen, you guys. Let's keep on moving forward. We got to get on over to Florida, where we got this immigration enforcement leads to over 10,000 arrests. So guess what? Governor DeSantis is basically telling everybody you shouldn't be in Florida if you're trying to run from deportation, or you've been told that you're not supposed to be here, or if you get arrested and you're not supposed to be in Florida. 9 times out of 10, they got like a 90% effective rate. You don't want to be in Florida with no illegal immigration on your back. Check this out, you guys.
Well, it may be a new year, but the DeSantis administration says its mission to combat illegal immigration remains a top priority.
The governor and his team met today, where they recapped last year's efforts, which included partnering with the federal government. News Channel 8's Capitol Bureau reporter Mackenzie Laporte is in Tallahassee with that story.
The governor, cabinet members, and state leaders gathered at the immigration detention facility dubbed Deportation Depot today, announcing over 10,000 arrests across the state, promising to only continue to crack down on illegal immigration in the new year.
We're going to keep bringing the heat. If you're an illegal immigrant, you probably do not want to be in Florida.
According to the governor and his team, combating illegal immigration wasn't just a priority of the past. 2026 is set to be another year of those same efforts.
We've got good momentum. I think we're working very well with the federal government, and we're going to continue to put points on the board.
Possibly even opening another immigration detention facility branded Panhandle Pokey. But it's all up to the Department of Homeland Security to give the green light.
So if they approve, we'll open.
So far, DeSantis says the state has arrested more than 10,400 illegal immigrants.
Doom, 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 doom. Doom, 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 doom. Ice, ice, baby. Get them! That's right. That's what they're doing. And they're not stopping. They're going all over. Because you remember what Tom Homan said, right? We'll get to that in a minute. Let's get on over to these reservations that's been having a problem right now. Because what's happening right now is a few hotels have been refusing. That's right, they've been refusing to take the ICE agents. They don't want them to be booked there. They're not taking their business. And as a result, the Hilton Hotel has removed those specific hotels off of their rosters. Let's keep on moving forward, you guys, because that's what's happening right now. As you guys see, a lot of these guys are coming from different states, different parts of the country. And what's happening is these specific hotels are not letting them have a reservation in their hotels, probably because they have maybe a couple of illegal immigrants working in there, or maybe even worse. Let's keep on moving forward.
Hotel is now officially cutting ties with the Minnesota hotel after a newly surfaced video appears to show the property still refusing to accommodate DHS as well as ICE agents.
Now, who do you think is working on the premises if they're not letting the DHS or the ICE agents go there? They're like, no, we can't let them stay here. We got illegals working at this hotel. Don't it make sense?
The decision came shortly after a video released Tuesday morning by an independent journalist. The video posted by Nick Sorter here to his X account showed him attempting to book a block of rooms at the independently owned Hilton Hotel. It also shows a front desk staff member then confirming the hotel was still banning DHS and ICE agents. This contradicts a statement put out just yesterday by the hotel's management company, Everpeak Hospitality, which said the issue had been resolved. Hilton Hotels has now dropped the site from the franchise. The federal government also now terminating its partnership with the hotel, which once was on a list of approved lodging for all federal employees.
Wow. You know, they lost a big grant right there, a big contract. So they willing to lose. The government said, you know what, we're gonna, no pun intended, trump you even further. Since they can't stay, let's take back our federal budget. I mean, our federal deal that we got with you over here. So they lost a lot of money in doing that. Hope they're good without that bread, because a lot of companies they need contracts like that. Hotels hire illegals. There you go. All of them, said David. We have to make sure that Hilton has handled business correctly. So now they need to look into all of the Hiltons, huh? Y'all ain't playing over here. But what about the other guys? The Best Westerns, the Days Inn, the Hotel Sixes. What about those guys? Let's look into that. Uh-oh. But guess what? You know who you really need to send a few emails to? Someone that we know and love, someone that you miss, we haven't seen on the show in a couple of months. Let's get back over to Tom Homan, who says he promised to do what? Flood the zone. He did exactly what they said that they would do. And Tim Walz may not be going, because Tim Walz said he may not be actually resigning and not running again. Lord knows about that. But Tom Homan says, guess what? I'm not going anywhere either. Let's get into this, you guys. Let's see what your Uncle Tom has to say for you this morning on the news. Let's go.
Duro putting another communist country on notice. Cuba, whose entire economy depends on Venezuelan oil, now facing an uncertain future, with President Trump saying he...
Sorry about that. Let's get this right here. I'm sorry.
Here with reaction, Trump administration, border czar, one of the toughest guys I know, Tom Homan. How are you, sir?
Doing good, Sean. Thanks for having me.
All right, tell us about this operation, and are you happy that the Hilton Hotel took their name away from this independently owned hotel that used their name, that were not allowing your agents access to their hotel?
Well, first of all, the operation, yeah, I'm extremely happy. And this should come as no surprise to the American people. You and I spoke months ago. I made a promise that we will flood the zone of every sanctuary city in this country as bring thousands of more agents, 10,000 more agents because of the big, beautiful bill. Why Minneapolis? Why are they being prioritized right now? Because billions of dollars fraud has been uncovered. And what they need to be concerned with, Tim Walz says he's not going anywhere. Well, either am I. Either is President Trump. Either is Pam Bondi. Either is Kristi Noem. So we're there because of the priority census, right? But that show is going on the road. So if the Democrats are having a fit now, you better get counseling, because this is about to get a hell of a lot bigger throughout this nation. That show is going on the road. I actually think Minneapolis is the tip of the iceberg. I think we're going to find a hell of a lot more in Illinois, New York, California. We'll see. But this operation will go nationwide. We're going to keep our promise. And because President Trump is sitting in the Oval Office, every American put their head on the pillow tonight, knowing the Border Patrol's on that border, stopping all threats coming across. Most secure border in the history of this nation. ICE agents and FBI agents are working 24/7, 365, every hour of every day, taking public safety threats and national security threats off our streets. Sleep well, America, because we're keeping America safer.
Now, you guys might not like the platform, but is he lying? Again, all of the people that love to say, oh, wait a minute, you're watching Fox, you're watching MSNBC, you're watching BBC, you're watching News 4, you're watching Pix 11, you're watching whatever the case may be. Guess what, buddy? We are the end-all sales over here. We don't care what we watch. We look at the information and say, is that true? And we're smart enough to know if it is or not. Or if we're interested, we'll do some more research and look into other places. So yes, you might not agree with the platform. I don't like half of them at all. But we wouldn't have a show if we wouldn't have a place to go and do research. We do a certain type of show, so don't start giving me all sorts of links for other stuffs and all personal, whatever sorts of crazy communists and crazy sorts of political sorts, that sort of stuff that we do not cover. We cover politics over here, general news, trending topics, current events, and things that we get into every day. And we're smart and knowledgeable enough to know if somebody's pulling the wool over our eyes. Let's keep on moving forward, you guys. That's right. Let's go again, because what Trump is saying, Venezuela, you're not the only one. Cuba will fall as Venezuelans' oil lifeline. That's right. That's where they were getting their oil from. They were doing trade between Cuba, Venezuela, doctors, materials, all sorts of different things. Now that that pipeline is shut down, Cuba, gonna have a problem. Seems like you're gonna have to join with somebody, or you're gonna have to change some sort of ways, because Cuba's in trouble right now. Let's get on over to this situation right here to see what's gonna happen with this. Okay, I think I gotta pull that back up. Let me get that back up over here. All right, sorry about that, you guys. I know sometimes, and I already built it up too big, so I don't want to not get it. So let me see what we're gonna do with this one. I already talked about it, so give me a second. I want to make sure we do get this, because it is important, and I know it's in my queue because I basically brought it in yesterday. So give me a second. I know it's in the queue. If not, you know what? I did want to do this one. No, I can't do that. I can't try to trick you guys. Oh, there we go. See, when you tell the truth.
Saying he expects drastic change. Welcome back. Venezuelan opposition leader Maria Corina Machado praising President Trump for capturing Maduro, calling it a turning point.
January 3rd will go down in history as the day justice defeated a tyranny. It's a milestone, and it's not only huge for the Venezuelan people and our future, I think it's a huge step for humanity, for freedom and human dignity.
Okay, so now we got politicians that love what's happening. Let's keep on moving forward to the oil now.
A communist country on notice. Cuba, whose entire economy depends on Venezuelan oil, now facing an uncertain future, with President Trump saying he expects drastic change.
You were just talking about Cuba and what could come next there. Are you considering U.S. action in Cuba?
We're not. I think it's just going to fall. I don't think we need any action. It looks like it's going down. It's going down for the count.
Our next guest is the son of Cuban immigrants who, along with his family, fled the Castro regime when he was just 7 years old. Republican candidate for New York State Comptroller and biotech entrepreneur Joseph Hernandez joins me now. Joseph, do you agree with the...
It seems like a lot of people are happy with what's going on in other countries too.
President, that Cuba is about to fall on its own,
Happy
and if
birthday,
so,
Tiffany.
how soon?
Wonderful. Thank you for having me. I absolutely agree. I think, look, Cuba has been oppressed for such a long period of time. People like us and my family, we fled communist Cuba for a better life, and we were luckily to be embraced by this amazing country. We're so indebted to this beautiful place and these beautiful people that we call Americans. And I think that the timeline for Cuba is very short-lived. They can't survive without Venezuela. They used to get 100,000 barrels of oil a day that supported their economy. They were basically trading doctors and operatives for oil, and that has stopped. So I think it's just a matter of time, and we sit here as Cuban Americans praying for that to happen quickly rather than longer.
I hate to put a number on it, but I'd like to pin you down. Are we talking weeks, months? What are we talking here, Joseph?
I mean, look, I think that you're already seeing turmoil in Cuba. It's been existent for the last couple of months. There've been energy shortages. There've been, lack of food and basic sustenance. So, look, you could only oppress a people for so long. The Cuban people have been oppressed for a very, very long period of time, and it's a matter of human rights at this point. And I think the world has to look at this and ask themselves the right questions as to whether it is right for this regime to continue to control the Cuban people. And I would argue that it's not.
I got to be honest with you. I love what's going on now with Iran. I love what's going on with Cuba, because if anything, you're looking at it like the people are now stepping up, and they like, look, Go ahead and take me out of here. I'm tired of all being scared. If you're going to take me how it is. And you know what? You're going to have to take a whole lot of us, the way that all of those people were in the streets of Iran. And you can't lock up everybody. You ain't got enough security. You ain't got enough police officers. So guess what? It's time right now. The world is speaking. Humanity is speaking and fighting back. And that's not just in the United States. It's going on everywhere, you guys. And with or without us, do your boy a favor, double tap that screen. Let's get those likes up to get much more people over here, because that's what happens. You hit that like button. YouTube sends up a notification. People see it. Hey, what that's about? Then they come over here and we do the rest. We show them updated news, trending topics, and current events. Let's keep on moving forward, because like I said, we got so much to keep on getting into, because I got a lot to cover this morning. Let's get over to the Uvalde situation, where 77 minutes to post before officers entered into the school. They've got all the information now about the Uvalde situation here. Check this out, you guys. Let's go.
In the most critical minutes inside Uvalde's Robb Elementary School on May 24, 2022, when a gunman killed 19 children and 2 teachers, is finally heading to court. On trial is former Uvalde School's police officer Adrian Gonzalez, one of the 2 officers charged with endangering the very children they swore to protect. After a change in venue, the trial begins in Corpus Christi tomorrow.
The body cam begins with officers running and a warning.
Guys, be careful! He might be in that building!
Several minutes later, a gunman armed with a long rifle had stepped into Uvalde's Robb Elementary.
Shots fired inside the building, Uvalde!
Uvalde School's police officer Adrian Gonzalez and other officers enter through the south side of the school. 77 minutes would pass from the time officers arrived on scene.
Do me a favor again, you guys. A lot of people would like to know about the story. Uvalde, what's going on, why it took them 77 minutes to actually enter the school. Again, do your boy a favor, let's double tap that screen to get those likes up. We got enough people in here to get a real decent amount of numbers going on right now. And that's if you appreciate the content. If you have not already subscribed to the channel, what are you waiting for? Hit that notification bell down there so that you know we're on. And also, give me all the money in your pockets. Nah, I'm just kidding, because I know it's hard out here for a pimp. So I'm not going to try to hit your pockets. But what I would try to do is get those likes up, because it gets much more people over here to get knowledgeable and know about these stories. Let's keep on moving, you guys.
Until tactical units finally moved in and killed the gunman. What Gonzalez did, or failed to do during those 77 minutes, is now at the heart of a 29-count indictment. Prosecutors allege that after hearing gunshots and being advised of the general location of the shooter, he failed to engage, distract, or delay the shooter, and that he failed to attempt to follow his active shooter training by advancing toward the gunman.
He was scared.
Watching the video and knowing everything that I know about the incident, clearly Uvalde failed at the most basic level of an active shooter response, which is to go and eliminate the threat immediately.
Jurors will now have to decide whether those failures weren't just missteps.
Nope, I heard it in his voice. If that was him holding that camera, he was like, we got an active in the building. He sounded like he was scared himself. That's what that was about. They had the wrong person covering that post.
Criminal acts.
This is one that could go either way.
Mike Howard is a Dallas criminal defense attorney and former public defender.
If I'm the prosecutor, I'm going to say, well, his inaction placed them, in danger.
But do you criminalize that?
That's right. I'm the defense. Where I'm going to argue is falling short of the mark is not a crime. Even being a coward is not a crime.
Yeah.
The defense is really going to...
And I'm glad he said it, because somebody in the comments said it. He could have been a hero, but instead he's a coward.
Put forward, put yourself in Officer Gonzalez's shoes. When he arrives, what does he know? What does he not know?
In interviews after the shooting, Gonzalez told investigators that after entering the building and hearing gunshots, he attempted to call for a tactical team, but his radio had no reception inside the building.
So I stepped out and never went back into that hallway.
So he stepped out and never went back into that hallway.
Here's Gonzalez positioned at the corner of the building, talking to the Uvalde police sergeant wearing the body camera, telling him what he saw when he first got there.
I saw a teacher on the ground and I thought she had tackled somebody.
But when I came up, she was by her side. I saw her running, and I called her Gus. I thought she tackled somebody.
Here he is just minutes before police stormed the classroom and killed the gunman.
When I start getting kids out, I can start jumping. Cover them. Go, run over there.
This was clearly not a
Now you want to get the kids out and do all of that.
barricaded person.
James Hawthorne served as the chief of a North Texas school district for 9 years until recently retiring.
You have the duty to respond, to act, and try to eliminate the threat because, again, lives are at risk.
The trial is likely to expose far more about what he did and didn't do that day, and whether those choices rise to the level of a crime.
As a prosecutor, I think you just really want to keep the focus on the children, the focus on the victims, and how, there was one man who could have prevented it.
I'm Tanya Iser.
Yeah, because he could have prevented a lot of that from happening. He could have at least wounded him or something, but he was a coward and he was a punk. Straight up and down. Why did you even take that job if you weren't willing to defend and do what you had to do? I want to pray for all of the children and parents and everybody that was affected in this tragic event. Any of the teachers and children that were lost their lives in this tragic event. Yes, we want to pray for them as well. Amen. And hopefully they get some better people over there in Uvalde, because that's a terrible police officer right there. And I'm hoping that he's not on the force anymore. Let's double tap that screen and get those likes up, because we got to get on over to Tennessee, where we got this major poaching situation that's going on with these illegal deer powers that led to a lifetime hunting ban. We all love animals over here. There's going to be a scene that keeps on bothering me every time I see it. I want to get this video out of my queue, but I'm not going to just throw it away because we have to see it. It's about poaching. Want you guys to see what's going on over in Tennessee, because yeah, they're still poaching. Check this out, you guys. You ain't going to believe this one. Let's double tap that screen and get those likes up. We don't like people like this.
We know Middle Tennessee is home to some great hunting land, and with that comes the responsibility to protect the wildlife that hunters enjoy. The TWRA shared some information about a major poaching case uncovered in Wilson and Rutherford counties. News Channel 5's Kim Rafferty says one tip in this case made all the difference.
I suck, but I would ban hunting. There's too many deer, too many. So what? They can live their regular lives. I don't believe in none of that crap. Sorry.
As deer hunting season wraps up, I want to tell you about what the TWRA says is one of the most significant poaching cases in Middle Tennessee. The TWRA game wardens in Wilson and Rutherford counties say their investigation uncovered 50 illegally taken deer heads, along with antlers and a wild turkey head, even a fox squirrel, and the weapons used in these violations. The TWRA says 2 men were involved, and they also sold deer meat illegally. Mike Butler, the CEO with the Tennessee Wildlife Federation, says legal hunting allows hunters to own wildlife they take.
So a poacher that's not following the rules is really stealing from the rest of the public.
The TWRA says Robert Comer pleaded guilty to multiple charges and that he continued to poach even while serving a previous 3-year hunting violation. Comer faces a lifetime ban from hunting. Another man, Carson Smith, also pleaded guilty to several wildlife violations. The TWRA took away his hunting privileges for 3 years. The TWRA says this case began more than a year ago when someone reported suspicious hunting activity near the Wilson-Rutherford County line.
When you see people grossly violating wildlife laws, like shooting way over the limit, typically the best policy is to turn them in, because what they're doing is they're taking from the rest of us by doing that.
Mike says poaching doesn't just...
That's enough, because your audio is terrible. Sound like you was laying down in the bed when they was doing your audio, rolling over. I don't know what the HELL hockey sticks is going on with the audio. We do not believe in harming any animals. As soon as I saw all them heads, I was like, oh, Lord, this is what we're talking about today. Because I know we got a lot of people in there that love animals. I can't stand to see anything like that. If it was up to me, no hunting. What do you mean, Bugatti? Nope, no hunting. All right, let's keep on moving forward, you guys. We got to go on over to Florida. We got a big follow-up story. Hopefully I get a like on this one, because we're following up with this story of this number 6 offender. He tied up the 11-year-old, and he had the 15-year-old help him lure the child. You remember that story right there? Where they've both been arrested and charged. Locked up, and I hope they never get out. Watch your head. Yes, miss the pizza shops, miss everything. They don't need to see anything going forward, either one of them. This is a terrible, tragic story, and I'm so happy that they got apprehended, because once you hear about what happened with this, if you ain't hear about it from the other day, you're going to really be peed off when you hear about this one. And I know a lot of our people that's always here, this is a follow-up for us, guys. Check this out.
And developing tonight, major new details in a case that's gaining national attention. A local 11-year-old kidnapped and tortured, then this chase across Flagler County with the boy hidden in the back of this truck. Now that chase ended with a registered sex offender and a 15-year-old behind bars. I'm Carl Willis. Channel 9 had the story first, and we worked all night to get you new details. We broke the news at 5 about the new charges that Darnell Hairston is now facing. At 10, we detailed the disturbing accusations against the 15-year-old who is now accused of luring the 11-year-old there. Now, new at 11 in the last hour, Channel 9's Ashlyn Webb spoke to the sheriff, who says that Hairston was planning to kill the victim because the child knew about another crime.
My detectives, and from what
this fool, the older man, got the 15-year-old to lure the 11-year-old to a wooded area so that they can tie him up and get rid of him because he knew about this other case.
What I have been briefed on this case, I think we all believed he was going to die that night. And our victim felt that way also. He was truly frightened.
Turn around, put your hands behind your back. We're learning what happened to the 11-year-old boy in the 72 hours before deputies caught registered sex offender 6-year-old Darnell Hairston in this takedown. And the police chase that they say ended with 15-year-old Junior Bishop nearly hitting a deputy and crashing a pickup truck.
Signal 4, signal 4, signal 4.
This report says the victim was in a group chat with Junior Bishop on Snapchat, talking about a sexual assault on his friend that may have involved Darnell Hairston.
Hairston, I guess, thought this individual had information that could put him away in prison. And that resulted in him and Junior Bishop, the 15-year-old, concocting a plot to lure this 11-year-old.
What's up,
Says
Chief?
the victim
What's up,
met with Bishop
Willis?
in a wooded area around Frederick Street and East Deep Creek Boulevard. There, the victim said he saw blankets, pillows, beers, camping chairs, and a large kitchen knife. The report says Darnell Hairston then came up behind the victim and choked him out until he blacked out.
They put tape over his mouth, tied it with shoelaces and extension cord, and fed alcohol and marijuana. And when they eventually, and this happened for days,
And when they left the campsite,
when he made him actually travel with a blanket over him the entire time.
the report says Hairston told investigators he knew the 11-year-old was missing from St. Johns County, but didn't tell his parents. Deputies are now thanking the caller who reported that they saw Hairston, a known sex offender, with 2 kids.
And that 15-year-old jumped out and took the wheel because he knew he had something to do with it, and he was scared.
He potentially saved this kid's life.
Thank you so much.
And that's pretty amazing. It just goes to show you, if you see something, I mean, literally call it in, say something.
Ashlyn Webb, Channel 9, Eyewitness News.
Thank you so much for the new membership. Everybody show some love for the new member that we got up in the building, Starred for the Truth. Thank you so much for joining. We're going to try to live up to your membership. Thank you so much, you guys. Let's double tap that screen to get those likes up. I don't know how many other people heard about this story. I want to pray and thank God for saving that 11-year-old, because he could have went through anything. It would have been a tragic event. Also want to make sure that we pray for anyone that's ever had to deal with situations like this, and hopefully that it stops, especially when it has to deal with our children. Amen, you guys. I see people that said wood chipper. I see people who said meat grinder on slow, wood chipper on slow, because that's exactly what he deserved. Do your boy a favor and double tap that screen to get those likes up. We got so much more to show you guys. Check this out. We got to keep on moving forward, because now I want you to see this FBI situation that's going on about who? It's time. Let's get into it. FBI story. They're saying that they're shifting the narrative from Jeffrey Epstein's letter, and it's kind of incriminating to who? President Trump. So they're saying that they're trying to shift the narrative so it doesn't seem like this one piece of evidence actually is true. Want you guys to see what's going on right here. Do your boy a favor, double tap that screen, and thank you so much. Speak the Truth Brother says Starve for Truth. Thank you so much. Let's keep on moving forward, and thank you for your $10 super chat right there. Everybody show some love to Starve for Truth for the $10 super chat. We really appreciate that. Let's keep on moving forward, you guys. I want you guys to be the first to see this. Let's open up those screens and squeeze them in, whatever we got to do, because that's how we do it around here. We do whatever we got to do to find even a second's worth of information. You know how I am. Wait a minute, he just said something. I want to show them that. So I just said I want to show y'all this too.
Letter. This is what was written in the letter to Larry Nassar. Our president shares our love of young nubile girls.
Now, hold on a minute. Let me get that from the top. This is allegedly the FBI shifting the story about the Epstein letter. Let's go.
This is the letter. This is what was written in the letter to Larry Nassar. Our president shares our love of young nubile girls. When a young beauty walked by, he loved to grab, snatch, whereas we ended up snatching grub in the mess halls of the system. Life is unfair. What do you think? There is reporting that back in 2020, the FBI conducted a handwriting analysis and concluded this letter was in fact written by Jeffrey Epstein. But in 2025, with the release of the Epstein files in the past week, this FBI is saying handwriting analysis showed that letter to be a forgery. But, surprise, surprise, the FBI won't release the handwriting analysis that proves it's a forgery. We just have to take Kash Patel's word.
Surprise, surprise. Surprise, surprise. That's right, you guys. We got to keep on moving forward. We got more to get into. I'm not making any assumptions. I'm just letting you see what they're saying. I like to play the game from both sides. That's just the way that I am. Both sides get to be heard on this platform. Let's keep on moving forward, you guys. Are you interested to know? I know what the majority of you people are here for. I know. You want to know how to unredact those files, huh? Well, let's try to see if we can figure it out together, because we got a clip over here where they're talking about there's a way to do it. That's right. How to unredact the Epstein files with just word. I don't know how much I believe it, but you know what? Nah, I'm not going to be skeptical. You guys want to see this actual file? It is in the link in the description. You can go right now to the link in the description and see anything that's been listed for the Jeffrey Epstein files available to you right now on our link right now in the description. But let's see what they're talking about when it comes down to how to unredact the Epstein files with just word.
I'm at justice.gov where all the Epstein files are being held, and there's a lot of different files that have been redacted. So you can go ahead and scroll down till you get to a redacted area. Here's a redacted area right here. Guess what? If you want to look at these files, all you got to do is copy it and paste it into Microsoft Word, and guess what? All the files are unredacted. There it is. So go back to justice.org, find all those files, and start unredacting before they figure out how to stop you. I'm at justice.gov where all the Epstein...
I'm going to do it one more time for the people that didn't hear in the back.
Files are being held, and there's a lot of different files that have been redacted. So you can go ahead and scroll down till you get to a redacted area. Here's a redacted area right here. Guess what? If you want to look at these files, all you got to do is copy it and paste it into Microsoft Word, and guess what? All the files are unredacted. There it is. So go back.
Rebecca, Lanyan, Bueno, Kendra, Liberty and Justice, the mods. Come on, y'all. Let me know if that works. I know all of you guys got Microsoft Word. You've got access to the files. Mods, friends, family, let me know if it works. Even if anybody can try it right now, I'll shout you out and say such and such said it works. Or it doesn't work. Let's keep on moving forward, you guys, because we got a huge Jeffrey Epstein revelation now. Did Bill Clinton personally witness the number sexual abuse with minors? I have no idea. I don't know. This is a title and a topic that comes from YouTube, and all I'm doing is showing you guys what's going on in this title and topic.
to hear about to them every morning of every day until we depart this good earth.
That long, Robbie. That long.
You're in it for the long haul, Brianna. What are we talking about today?
All right. Well, Robbie, another batch of Epstein documents are out. Here's what you need to know. Newly unsealed deposition records from 2016 reveal Epstein accuser Virginia Giuffre told prosecutors that she was paid $15,000 to have sex with Prince Andrew in the 1990s. Giuffre also claimed she recalled at least 2 occasions where former President Bill Clinton visited Epstein's island and dined with young women. She could not confirm any sexual abuse on Clinton's part. However, when asked whether the former president was a witness to the sexual abuse of minors, Ms. Giuffre said yes, he would be a witness because he knew what my purpose there was for Jeffrey, and he visited Jeffrey's island. She added, there's pictures of nude girls all around the house at all of his houses, and it's something that Jeffrey Epstein wasn't shy about admitting to people. Giuffre also reported seeing Donald Trump at Epstein properties, but again did not accuse him of abuse.
Giuffre did name other names as well. She said she was trafficked, made to have sex with former Victoria's Secret CEO Lex Wexner more than 5 times. She also said that she was made to have sex with at least 2 American politicians, including former New Mexico Governor Bill Richardson and former Senate Majority Leader George Mitchell. She also named American businessman Glenn Dubin and former modeling agent Jean-Luc Brunel, and one other person whose name is still redacted in these documents, interestingly enough. Meanwhile, Epstein's brother, Mark, got into it with Leland Vittert on News Nation last night. Let's watch.
There's very few people who knew him the way you did, and you hear all these allegations that he was providing women, some of age, some not of age, to other men to compromise them. There's allegations of videotapes that have been recanted on and on and on, but does all that surprise you, or you hear about that and you kind of go, gee, there was always something about him that as a brother, you go, that kind of makes sense?
No, it doesn't make sense to me. I think he was just, like you said, he was just having a good time. Jeffrey liked to have a good time. And unfortunately, he chose to do
hold on. There's a big difference, though, between having...
I wasn't there, so you're asking me to speculate, and I really don't want to speculate because I wasn't there.
Okay. And look, I wouldn't want to know this. I don't have a brother, but I wouldn't want to know this about anybody I loved. I mean, the allegations are frankly revolting when you hear about what your brother is accused of doing. On a personal level, I know this would be hard to hear about a family member. So I appreciate you being willing to discuss it with us. And like you, I think there's a lot of people who want more answers.
So,
woo, I knew that would have been rough to hear about a family member. He told me, like, wait a minute, whoa, I wasn't there. My name Michael. His name Jeffrey. Ain't got nothing to do with me. My name Michael, that's Jeffrey. I don't know about none of that stuff. Even though I got this big property over on 3rd Avenue and 81st Street that he helped me buy by way of Lex Wexner and a couple of his people, and a couple of other properties that I own via, the Epstein, what do they call it? When you buy the estate. So the brother is still involved in certain things and has monetary as well. He's pretty well off because Epstein set him up. Let's keep on. Oh, wait a minute. Allegedly. That's right. Allegedly, his brother set him up nice with monetary and with business. Okay, of course he said having a good time. That's right. Got to stick up for your PPF. There you go. Even if it's speculation. That's right. Sorry, Cricket. I put the wrong name on and it's what it's reading. Okay, let's keep on moving forward. God bless King Trump. Okay. Well, he was just having a good time. Didn't hurt a fly. You heard that? He was just having a good time, a PDF, but he was having a good time. And that's how they was looking at it when it was going on. The majority of people. I've been around sort of people that came back from places and told stories, and then they try to look at you like, oh, you're not a part of it, so we can't tell you. Glad you ain't tell me because I don't want to be a part of that crap anyway. Let's keep on moving forward to some Epstein photos that finally got released. We got a couple more, guys, that you probably never saw, and a little bit of video too. I hate to do this, but one reason I wanted to show you guys these pictures is because of this. That foot right there. That's a pretty small foot. And this picture was actually of many, sad to say, where they say Jeffrey Epstein was in a bunch of photos with minors. Starts to make me believe in the long stories that they talking about was never real, Pizzagate and all of that stuff, all of these other politicians that may have been involved. There's a lot more to go in this story than we're getting, you guys. They're really not telling us the half of the half, not even the corner of the edge. See that little foot right there? Whose foot is that small? Come on, man. Sandra, I saw Michael Jackson, I saw John Brunel, I saw a lot of people. I don't know about you guys, but I'm starting to know their names by just seeing those photos. That one last person was being brought up on charges and supposed to be going to court to face his accusations, and he committed suicide. The designer, Jean-Luc, the one that the guy was holding by the waistline with no shirt on, that little freaky picture that right there. Yeah, you guys. I had enough of that nastiness. Let's get on into some hip hop over here, y'all. Let's get on into some snitch 911 guy. You know what I'm talking about. I'm talking about one of your favorite rappers, Tekashi 6ix9ine. You know, the one that has the big 6ix9ine on his face, wears his hair with all of those, what do they call them, those lace fronts? That's right, you guys. Tekashi 6ix9ine, the rapper 6ix9ine, he turns himself into a Brooklyn jail for 3-month sentence. And guess who he's going to be in there with? That's right, he's in the same jail that Maduro is at. So yes, Tekashi 6ix9ine, he's turned himself in yesterday to face a 3-month sentence.
Reports today to the same Brooklyn jail where Nicolas Maduro and his wife currently are being held. The artist, whose real name is Daniel Hernandez, was sentenced to 3 months behind bars for violating the terms of his supervised release. He was indicted in 2018 in a federal racketeering case that targeted members of a criminal group with whom he worked. After pleading guilty to conspiracy and other charges, he testified against members of that group.
He snitched.
And previously was sentenced to 2 years in prison.
Today marks. So yeah, I guess he messed up on his charges or whatever like that. He got violated for, they said stipulations in his parole. So yes, they're gonna make him go sit down for 3 months. He's probably gonna be using it as something to get him some more play, some more points, and probably drop the album or whatever like that. Who knows what 6ix9ine is up to? He was already bragging about, yo, you know I'm gonna be in there with Maduro, right? Fool, you going to jail. What's the brag about? Let's keep it moving forward, you guys. We got to get on over to Philadelphia where this man had a murder conviction overturned. And guess what? He got arrested for murder again in Philadelphia. Let's keep on moving forward, you guys. It seems like if you keep on letting the wrong people out, they're going to keep on committing the same kind of crime.
Murderer who was released from prison is making headlines again. This time it's because he is in the hospital after being shot and stabbed. His name is Arkel Garcia.
And this is a complicated case with a lot to unpack, including why Garcia was let out of prison in the first place. Garcia was sentenced to life in prison for shooting and killing 21-year-old Christian Macy back in 2013. Police say before he died, Macy told them a man later identified as Garcia had grabbed his Beats headphones. When Macy tried to take them back, he was shot. Garcia was a teenager at the time. That shooting happened in broad daylight, right in front of children playing just feet away. Fast forward to 2021. The Philadelphia District Attorney's Office helped overturn Garcia's conviction after prosecutors determined the police detective on Garcia's case had obtained a false confession while trying to have sexual relationships with 2 key witnesses in Garcia's case. The detective was sentenced to decades in prison for sexually assaulting witnesses and informants.
Years later, in November 2025, Philadelphia police found a man beaten to death inside his apartment on Stenton Avenue in Logan. His apartment was in disarray, but police didn't find enough evidence to charge anyone with murder. Now we're in 2026, and U.S. Marshals say Arkel Garcia is in custody in the hospital after being shot and stabbed in Philadelphia. We're told he is in critical condition. Investigators say it happened during a domestic dispute where Garcia struggled with a man over a gun. It was after that dispute, authorities say they were able to tie Garcia back to the death of the man in the wheelchair. But there's more. Listen to this. At some point between November of 2025 and today, Garcia was named as a person of interest in a murder case out of Southeast Florida. In that case, the St. Lucie County Sheriff's Office says a man was found dead in his burned home. They also say the victim had been beaten. St. Lucie County Sheriff's Office says it's working with Philadelphia police in their investigation.
Now, you talk about somebody that should have never been let out because a whole bunch of events happened as soon as this fool got out. So you want to overturn? Look what happened once his conviction was overturned due to what the detective did. That was a crazy state of events that went on right there. And yes, you're only going to see it here. So let's double tap that screen and get those likes up because we need to get more stories out and let more people see what we got going on over here. If you guys appreciate it, we're trying to see if we can get 400 likes up there. That's what we're going for. I would really love to see that. Let's get on over to Chicago because I guess New York is not the only place where it's unsafe for train service. We got 2 people that were found stills nabbed. That's right. Chicago, step to the front of the stage. His 69th Street and the CTA Red Line stop. Let's go. Because you guys are trying to be like New York, and it's like New York is mimicking Chicago. You guys are fighting to see who can be the worst in the train station now.
And right now, Chicago police are searching for the person who stabbed 2 people on a CTA platform overnight. They were found near the 69th Street Red Line stop.
Both of those victims have been taken to University of Chicago Medical Center to be treated, and that's where our Asal Razai is joining us live now. Asal, what do we know about their conditions and just the circumstances around these stabbings?
Yeah, Audrey, we know the 2 victims, a man and a woman, were both stabbed and here in fair condition at last check. Police say they were stabbed after they got into an argument with somebody on that CTA platform. Take a look at this video we have from the scene overnight. You'll see police detectives both on the platform and getting onto one of those train cars at 69th Street. This happened just before 11 o'clock last night. Chicago police say a 37-year-old woman was stabbed in her chest and a 24-year-old man was stabbed in the back. They were both brought here to the emergency room where they're recovering from their injuries. Chicago police say so far they don't have anyone in custody this morning. We know ongoing crimes on the CTA have caught the attention of the federal government. They ordered the CTA to come up with a stronger safety plan or risk losing as much as $50 million.
Same thing that they said about the MTA. They ignored it and did nothing.
In federal funding.
Let's keep on moving forward, you guys, because it's a sad state of events of what's going on right there. But yes, there's more in the queue, and I got to get it out. We got to get on over to Upper Marlboro. Yes, we're going to pray for the 2 people that lost that got stills nabbed, but we're going to add it to this Upper Marlboro situation so that we're not praying back to back to back to back. We got certain situations that's kind of the same. We can pray about all 3 of these situations. And it's sad that I have to say this about this Upper Marlboro man, because all he was doing was sitting in his car and waiting to go inside a church. The family of this man, they just can't even believe what happened. They're just distraught, and they're calling for this to be they're calling this an act of pure evil. Let's keep on moving forward, you guys. I mean, like, this man is literally outside waiting to go into a church, and this happens to him. I don't know. I don't know what the world is coming to when I read stuff, when I see stuff like this.
Tonight, a Fox 5 exclusive. A man gunned down in a random shooting spree in Prince George's County, and now his family is speaking out.
The family only talking with our Shamari Stone, and he joins us live tonight with this exclusive. Show?
Tonight, the family of 65-year-old Joseph Holt III is devastated tonight. They describe him as a great person, the father of a daughter, someone who retired from the U.S. Postal Service a couple years ago and was just living his best life, a nice guy who would walk around. A lot of people knew him in Prince George's County. Yesterday, he was sitting in his car, similar to the way I am right now, about to go to church, when he is shot several times and dies on the scene. Tonight, there are 2 other people in 2 separate shootings who are also in the hospital suffering from gunshot wounds. The person of interest is in custody. And tonight, police continue to investigate, and you're going to hear more about Joseph Holt III. Right now, Prince George's County Police say 65-year-old Joseph Holt III, shown in these photos, was the first victim in what they say was a random shooting spree starting around 7:30 Sunday morning. Officers found him with gunshot wounds inside his car parked near LA Fitness at Watkins Park Plaza in Upper Marlboro. He died on the scene. Just 30 minutes later, someone shot another man in his vehicle parked on the 12,000 block of Darlington Street. Tonight, he's in stable condition. And detectives tell me around the same time, they found a woman shot in her car on Campbellton Drive. She's in critical condition.
He's reporting it from his car to show you guys the likeness of what was going on. How these people are sitting in their cars and this is happening to them. Not only the one gentleman, but two other people as well. They're talking about over in Campbellton, over in Darlington, and also at Watkins Park Plaza. These people were just sitting in their cars. So I guess he wanted to open it up because people are asking with him sitting in his car to show relevancy.
Police tell us officers searched and found the person of interest moments later in the area, arresting him. And detectives tell us they found the gun used to kill Joseph Holt III.
Somebody said they worked there for over 5 years and it's a crazy place. Who said
You're
that?
now going to hear exclusively
Simply
from
said
Joseph's family. What is going through your mind? I mean, this is awful.
First of all, it was very shocking to us and devastating.
This is very random, and I just like to think of it as an act of pure evil. Upper Marlboro is a safe place. My uncle was a longtime resident of Upper Marlboro, and him, like so many others of that community, feels safe there. He felt safe there, and now we just have to wonder what would drive somebody to do such a horrendous thing.
You took somebody who minds his business. He doesn't bother anybody. Like I said, anybody knows him. He would literally give you the shirt off your back if you needed it. Like he was everything. So it's like for you to just take a light out of my life and my family and everybody who knows him, you're the worst. And I wish nothing good for you.
And you're now going to hear from Prince George's County Police.
We have the person we believe responsible, person of interest in custody. We have the weapon that was used in the homicide. We're just working through the case to see if we can come forward with charges. Pretty confident that we will.
And tonight, that was the Prince George's County Police Chief. Detectives have not released the name or age of the person of interest. We are waiting for a photo as well. Meanwhile, we will continue to stay on top of this story, bringing you the latest details. If you have any information, additional information about this shooting spree, call Prince George's County Police.
And you could have got out the car for the last part. I defended you for the beginning, but the second part staying in there, I don't understand why he's still in that car. You guys asked a good question. I have no idea. He was in there trying to show relevancy, but at the end of it, you could have got out and stood next to the car. You ain't have to really stay by that car, but okay. It's going over because we got more to go. It ain't over. Thought you ain't like the beat. Praying for him, as well as the two other children that were hurt in the prior clip. We want to pray for them to have a speedy recovery or healthy. And we want to pray for the family of the man who lost his life in Upper Marlboro. Hopefully they can get through this and they can get over this because this situation is tragic. And as you can see, his nieces and family members are really going through it. I'm going to ask them to get some strength and resolve to get through this situation. Amen, you guys. Let's keep on moving forward. Please double tap that screen to get those likes up because we're really trying to get more people over here to see these stories. Hopefully, if people have some information about anything that we're showing, you guys will be able to make some phone calls and get some additional information out. We're going to get over to Phoenix right now where 4 people lost their lives in an Arizona helicopter crash on the pilot's wedding day. Imagine you're about to get married and you say, you know what? Let me just go up for a quick spin and you never come back. At least not the way that you're expected that you're going to go. Sadly, the fiance or the person never had the chance to get married, and they'll be setting up a burial now for the family as well as the other members.
Tonight, after a deadly helicopter crash east of the valley, it came down Friday in a remote area outside of Superior, and all 4 people on board were killed. Taylor Wirtz joins us tonight with the very latest. Taylor.
Yeah, Brian, family members tell me it was a Queen Creek man from Oregon, David McCarty, and his nieces, also from Oregon, who were killed. It was actually McCarty's wedding day, and he was taking the girls for a ride before the ceremony. Family members identify his nieces as Caitlin Heidemann and sisters Rachel and Faith McCarty, all in their early 20s. They say David owned several helicopters and had been flying them for years. He has flown Telegraph Canyon, the area near the crash site, plenty of times
times with no issues and knew the area well. The Pinal County Sheriff's Office says the helicopter crashed around 11 a.m. yesterday near the canyon after taking off from Pegasus Air Park in Queen Creek. Authorities say initial findings point to a recreational slack line playing a role in the crash, which had been strung across a mountain range. Eyewitnesses say the helicopter struck a part of the line before falling to the bottom of the canyon. The family tells me everyone who knew the victims is shattered at this news, especially the small town of Echo, Oregon, where the girls are from.
I mean, when they say it takes a village to raise a child, that's the epitome of these communities. Everybody had a hand in raising these girls. The families lost 50% of their children.
I'm so
sorry. on the wedding day, which was supposed to be a celebration. So yeah, it's extremely tough. Nobody ever anticipates this sort of thing to happen.
Yeah, I'd have been like, I don't know about before the wedding day, Pop. I don't know. Maybe we need to fall back on going up right now. But I want to just pray for the souls of the families that were lost in this tragic event. Like they said, they lost 50% of their family because those children were 50% of the kids that they have. Hopefully they get through this tragic event and we find out more about how this happened. Amen. Let's keep on moving forward, you guys. We got these car rallies that's been going on, and now the police are finally stepping in and dismantling this thing going on around in Baltimore, where they're doing the wheelies and the 360s and the y'all know what I'm talking about, right? Where the rallies, where they're doing the donuts in the street. Well, guess what? Baltimore's not having it. They're stepping up and they're getting tired of it, so they're dismantling a whole bunch of them.
And right now, 7 o'clock, several people behind bars facing charges as the Maryland Car Rally Task Force began what is an aggressive crackdown effort now to start the new year. Welcome in to the news at 7, everyone. I'm Rick Ritter. Multiple large-scale illegal car rallies broken up over the weekend across 3 counties. And our Caroline Forback joining us now.
Your audio sucks.
In Howard County, that is where one of these rallies took place in Caroline. But not just cars making donuts in the streets anymore like we've seen over the years. Things starting to escalate a bit now.
Yeah, that's right, Rick. I'm actually in an industrial park here in Columbia, and I want to show you the tire marks left behind from one of these rallies. You can see them in the cul-de-sac here, as well as a bunch of broken glass and trash left behind. But I want to show you also what the street looked like over the weekend. Now, videos on TikTok show a large crowd on McGaw Court in Columbia Friday night. Maryland State Police say the car rally task force began their dismantling operation at 9 o'clock, breaking up several of these rallies in Howard, Prince George's, and Montgomery counties. Police say these rallies involve crowds of up to 300 people, exhibition driving, disorderly behavior, and roadway shutdowns. During the operation, police arrested and charged 2 17-year-old males from Silver Spring for possession of a handgun in a vehicle. And 2 adults from Virginia were also arrested on firearm and drug-related charges.
So basically, they're cracking down in Baltimore, you guys. So if anybody know anybody that do the car rallies, the donuts, the spin-outs, and all that, you might want to warn them because, yeah, they're cracking down on it right now. Anybody remember when we went down to Chinatown? I did notice something down there besides the people selling the fake stuff. I noticed that there weren't that many Chinese people as there used to be. Guess what? Chinese people, Chinatown, San Francisco, Los Angeles, New York, they're not even able to afford dim sum. That's right. So many Chinese people are not even able to afford to live in specific Chinatown. So when you guys go to Chinatown, you might wonder why you see a lot of other people down there because the rent is too damn high. Check this out. And I know in New York, the rent must be very expensive because it's downtown and it's Chinatown.
The affordability crisis is hitting Chinatown. A new report shows the number of Asian residents in the neighborhood is down by 20% in the last decade. Fox 5's Arthur Chan breaks down those numbers.
From cheap eats to knockoff purses and watches, for generations, Chinatown has been a magnet for those in search of a good deal. But now what was once the mecca for affordable living is undergoing an unquestionable crisis. In a report issued by the Asian American Legal Defense and Education Fund called Mapping Chinatown, the group finds Asians are rapidly being displaced out of Chinatown with more than 20% forced out over just the past decade.
We predicted that displacement would happen as a result of the different rezonings that were happening in the area. But even then, seeing the share of Asian residents drop by over 20% in Manhattan's Chinatown in the last decade is pretty significant.
You can get an idea of what's going on. I don't know if you guys ever been here in New York, any of our New York people that have been here for long as I have. When you walk down to certain places and there's no businesses open anymore, all of the stores on Jamaica Avenue are now closed. Delancey Street, there's like maybe 7 or 8 stores possibly still open. Well, Delancey Street is not that far from Chinatown. So you can get an idea of what's going on here. We're talking about Tavern on the Green in Central Park. It's been shut down and defunct for the last, 9 or 10 years. A lot of our staple places are not, we're not just losing our restaurants, we're losing a lot of people to gentrification and not being able to pay the rent.
Community activist Susan Lee agrees with the report's conclusion that things are getting too expensive in Chinatown.
My parents, they used to go to dim sum and it would cost them maybe $10, $20 for the two of them. Now it's $40. It's really unaffordable.
The Mapping Chinatown report shows that Asian populations have declined in Chinatowns, not just in Manhattan, but also in Boston and Philadelphia, citing outdated zoning regulations and harmful developments. Community leaders in Manhattan's Chinatown point out it has 6 shelters and injection sites, and the city is building a controversial, massive, towering jail as part of its plan to close Rikers Island. Local residents say what they need are parks, public spaces, and community centers that serve the youth and seniors. Local leaders tell us a key reason for this crisis is that right now there are hundreds of apartments sitting vacant in Chinatown. They say landlords have pulled these rent-stabilized units off the market because renovating them or getting them up to code will cost them much more money than they could make back in the rent they would charge.
I know somebody that lives in a rent-stabilized apartment. It's like a 3-bedroom. But because it's under rent stabilization, I think he pays like $1,500 a month. So if that place, if he moves out of there, that person moves out of there, the landlord comes in and say, hey, let me fix this place up. Maybe I can get $2,500 or $3,000 a month. No, you can't, because it's a rent stabilized unit. So a lot of times they're like, yo, it's gonna cost me about $20,000, $30,000, maybe $15,000 to fix this apartment up. I'm going to leave it the way it is because I'm not even investing the money in it because I'm not going to see my ROI, my return on my investment. So they'll leave the apartment empty. Or they do the same thing with buildings or other apartments because, yes, how easy would it be for somebody like yourself to be like, look, I don't care if you don't fix it up. Rent it, paint it a little bit, I'll take it for that amount. Then they're like, no, because I wanted that market share. So it's kind of like them pushing back to try to see if they can actually wait around and see if they can get that money together and leave that apartment off the market and see if they can probably get it to the point where they can turn it over. Or again, it's just not investor friendly to spend that much money in a unit when you can only get about $1,500 to $1,700, something like that a month, and you're never going to make that money back off that unit. It's going to probably take you about 5 or 6 years to make that money back. So that's why they're doing this.
Perhaps we can subsidize landlords in terms of bringing their buildings up to code. Some of the older buildings, be it low interest loans.
While they stress affordability is a noble goal,
they don't want to do that because now you're telling the landlord to take on more debt with hopes that they're going to be able to rent these units. And you're talking about low interest loans. I heard you, boo. You're trying to say it in a please sort of manner, but they don't want to accrue debt. They're trying to make profit. And they're already losing in this building, losing in that building. What's my profit margin that I'm making in this category depending on what my portfolio says? You got to think like a business person in order to understand to do business, love, not just wishful thinking. Let's keep moving forward. Double tap that screen to get those likes up, you guys. I really would appreciate it. It gets more people on it to know what we got going on over here. Let's get in front of the AI boom because that's the next thing. We're talking about residences, how it's going to be hard to find somewhere to stay. Well, guess what? All of us better be interested in knowing about our jobs. how we're going to be able to make money moving forward with this big AI boom that's going on. One thing it is creating is electrician jobs for the young workers, which I do like. So if anyone has a nephew or a niece or somebody that they think would be good for this program in this area of focus, I think it's a genius idea. AI is going to need what? Electric. That's right. It's going to need electric to run. So guess what market is opening up? Electricians. Thousands of them. Check this out, you guys. I want you guys to see what's going on with these electrician jobs that are just now opening up. Let's double tap that screen and get those likes up.
AI revolution has forever reshaped how we manufacture products, how we receive medical care, and even how we create art.
3 seasons and a podcast.
The transformation prompting many to wonder, what will it mean for the job market?
Everyone's jobs will change because of AI.
Here in Grand Prairie, Texas, it means opportunity for young workers as skilled electricians. Consulting firm McKinsey estimates an additional 130,000 electricians will be needed by 2030 to build out data centers and manufacturing facilities to power all that new technology.
People are always going to need electricians.
Michael Sampa is one of more than 600 students enrolled at the North Tech.
I don't know what it is, but it's something about Michael. I think he's going to be a master electrician.
Texas Electrical Training Center, a learn while you earn program that combines in-classroom instruction.
This is the total volume we have, 1.8.
With paid on-the-job training.
What attracted you to training to be an electrician?
I didn't know exactly what I wanted to do after high school, but somebody had told me to look into trades. I could make money while I'm learning, and then I can also be guaranteed a job once I finish.
What has it been like being in the classroom and then also out in the field?
I love it. We go through the books, and then we do hands-on work.
Michael even giving me a quick wiring lesson.
I got it. There we go.
Workers aged 22 to 27 are facing a 7.4% unemployment rate. But tech companies are investing heavily in AI. Google providing more than $10 million in funding to electrician training centers like this.
That's going to increase the electrical workforce pipeline by 70% within the next 5 years.
It's almost as if the AI revolution has a little sign hanging there saying, help wanted, electricians.
That's right. But the transformation really hinges on massive investment and more skilled professionals.
Not only that, but electricians make a lot of money. So Michael about to get that dough. But the funny thing again about Michael, seems like he likes the work more than the money.
Electrician Scott Hewick is a general foreman and a graduate of this program.
As an electrician, it's really one of the best jobs we can get. These places use an enormous amount of power, which means a ton of work for electricians. We are installing infrastructure oftentimes that's enough to run small cities.
The abundance of work only...
They're not going to send out no AI robots to do stuff like this, you guys. You don't have to worry about that. These are protected job fields, at least for a certain amount of time until they start to be reduced by efficiency and by them having like grids and things taken care of. So for at least the next 10, 20, 30 years, electrician is a good job to look into.
Made more attractive to apprentices like Jose Munoz by the salary prospects. Licensed electricians in Texas commanding up to $85,000 annually and over 6 figures with overtime and benefits.
Can I ask you a personal question?
Yes.
Going to make good money in this job?
I believe I'm going to make great money in this job. And if there's overtime, I'll take it.
See, he said, if there's overtime, I'll take it. You crazy with a salary like that? Lord knows what his overtime dough is going to be. That's smart right there. If you guys have any younger guys, any women, both sides of the coin, talk to them. Any young teens or young girls that are looking to try to get a job in a good field, don't worry, think about doing it in an electrical field, you guys. It's pretty good money in making electricians. I know a few myself, and they live well. Let's get on over to this bald eagle situation. That's right, America. I may have to start using the eagle more because, to be honest with you, I used to be intimidated by the eagle. I thought that he was always like, and that beak, that talon, I used to always be like, oh my God, that talon or whatever they call it. I used to be scared of that. But you know what? I think even eagles need to be understood and loved too. So yes, we've got 2 bald eagles. One was electrocuted and the other one was found in a pig pen. Hopefully they'll be recovered. That's right, you guys. I said a pig pen. They had a bald eagle inside of a pig pen, and luckily, this one person came and saved and rescued these animals.
God, you're so beautiful. Makes me want to cry.
A bald eagle is under close watch after he was discovered in a pig pen in Gila, New Mexico. According to Gila Wildlife Rescue, the bird tried to capture piglets but was unsuccessful.
You can tell he was in a pig pen. He stinks.
So he's trying to eat some pigs and he got caught because his wings is broke. But guess what? Them being humane, they're trying to save him.
Yep. When they got near the eagle and he didn't fly away, they realized something more was wrong and took him in for an exam with veterinarians from El Paso Zoo. The wildlife rehabilitators and authors say the eagle is battered and bruised, but there are no broken bones or lacerations on his body. Because he is so lethargic as well as emaciated and anemic, they are testing him for West Nile virus, avian influenza, and lead poisoning. Once stabilized and healthy, he will be released.
After getting over being scared of them, I think this is one of the most beautifulest animals I've ever seen in my life. I'm gonna be honest with you guys. And it's something about when they spread their wings, it make you want to cry. I love eagles. I ain't even gonna lie. I love this bird. I hope he get better.
Another injured bald eagle in Salinas, California is also being cared for after getting electrocuted. The SPCA Monterey County Wildlife Rescue and Rehabilitation Center said the eagle is dealing with several injuries, including a broken coracoid. That's the bone that connects a bird's shoulder to its keel to enable flight. The Rehabilitation Center states that because electrocution is a slow developing injury, it could take days to weeks before they know how injured the bird is. But they are hopeful the bird can continue rehab and make a full recovery. This is Inside Edition Digital.
Yeah, y'all, we gonna pray for the birds. Like, what do you mean, Booga? Yep, we praying for the birds, man. I want to pray for the birds. I won't be asking you guys to do nothing. I don't ask you guys for nothing. I want to pray for the birds. I want to pray for both the eagles. I want to pray for the first one that get his wings hooked up with wing heels 100%. And the second one that got electrocuted. Had a lot of questions about why won't they x-ray him and things like that. But from what they're saying, they have to watch him and monitor him for a while because electrocution is a slow, progressive situation. So hopefully, like they said, after time, he gets a 100% recovery. Amen. We love the animals around here. We don't play that. You know how much we love animals? We donate monetary to animals. We pray for the animals. We show an episode about animals every single day, especially when it's a friend of ours. Like who? That's right, you guys. I got to report an update on Supernova. Let's get on down to Jacksonville to see what's going on with Lynn and Supernova because our buddy is trying to walk. Not trying, but he's making strides. Shout out to Lynn for always doing what you do, for showing Nova so much love. And yes, you guys, I queued it up a little bit so that we can see our buddy get inside the water tank for his therapy. Double tap that screen to get those likes up. Let's show Nova and Lynn some love.
Yeah, she's super nice.
Okay.
Yeah, she does a lot of actually when Dr. Crystal's full, she takes a lot of our back issues.
His tail is now moving. His right leg is moving. Nova's about to be recovered. He's been working hard. And God bless Lynn for her support and being a great mother.
Dogs, because she does acupuncture too.
Yeah, so she's very familiar with what to do, and of course, she'll have all of us to kind of explain his case too. So.
Okay.
She does any internal medicine disease, she does that. So she's kind of like our holistic kind of thing.
Yeah.
Hey, you.
Yeah, there you go.
Look at how you looking at
He want to go in the tank. He want to go. He wants to go in the tank.
Your mom's going to put it on.
He want to go in the tank.
Nova, come.
There's one over here. By yourself.
Come on.
He want to go in the tank. Good boy.
Good boy.
All right, hold on.
He's like, all right, I'm in.
He's ready to work.
Let's stay in there. Sorry, Mr. Magoo.
That's a good boy. He is a good boy. He is a good boy.
Yeah.
He's a good sport. I know it.
You know, normally they ain't trying to mess around with no pit bulls, so they love Nova.
I know it's not his
I'm just gonna put this by you in case he thinks it's something mean.
He's excited, right? Pits are the best. We've been
You don't
following
like
Nova's
accessories
progress in here.
anymore.
That's right.
You don't like our accessories anymore. This is not.
I want you to see those back legs move, y'all, because when y'all see that, y'all gonna feel as happy as I felt. The water's going up, of course. They're filling up the tank.
Here's your mama's idea.
What are you trying to do? Jump? What you about to do, boy? You ain't got it yet to jump. He's just so excited. And when she start that high pitched voice, like "Come on, boy," that can make Rocky beat up a whole 5 people.
See how it looks.
You know how when your mother tell you to something to inspire you. There she go. Once she start enticing them, it's
There we
over.
go.
Now they start the floor to move. And now we want to see him try to take steps in the back legs by himself.
There you go.
Yay, Nova.
Good
Come
job.
on, Bourdain.
There you go. Yeah. There you
Come on,
go.
Bourdain. Come on, Bourdain. Yeah. Good job.
Yeah, good job. There you go.
How many do you need me to lift that one up?
Go play around with it for a second. Good boy. Go get it. Go get it. Come on, come on, come on. Come on,
You got it, buddy.
Yeah, go get it.
Yeah, look at you walking. Yay.
Come on, Bubba. Good boy. Yes. Yes. Keep going. Yes.
Look at it.
Look at him,
Bourdain.
He's just moving.
Look at him.
Come on, Bubba.
Good job, buddy.
You're doing so good. Come on.
Come on.
Come on, Bubba.
Yeah, there you go. There you go.
Good job.
Good boy. Good job. There you go.
You got it. I know.
Yeah, good boy. Good job.
Yeah, y'all.
Go, go,
Go, Nova.
That's right, you guys. Y'all see he's not giving up. And as long, I'm telling you, Lynn is a major part of Nova's recovery. He's not going nowhere. She ain't giving up on him. I'm talking about since the first day when she looked at us and said, "That's my family, and I'm going to do what I got to do to get him correct and get him right. And I will be here." Nova's always shown her loyalty. The best thing that could have ever happened to Nova was when her brother came and said, "I don't want this dog anymore." Because that was a gift from God. That dog was supposed to be with Lynn. I'm telling you, right? I don't know any better owner that could have a dog than Lynn. And guess what, you guys? We want to pray for a speedy recovery. We want to pray for great health for Nova. We want to pray that he gets a great therapy moving forward so that he can soon walk on his own. And we thank God that he made it this far. If you guys notice, that tail was moving. In the beginning, his tail wasn't moving at all. It's all a part of the motion and all a part of the synchronization of the tail and the legs and everything moving. He's coming back slowly but surely, and we want to thank God for this. Amen. That's right, you guys, because many dogs, they either have a 50% recovery or some of them have a full recovery. He's fighting to try to get motion going on in those back legs. And Lynn, we thank you so much for bringing us to be a part of your journey. Thank you for letting Nova be our dog as well. Because she already said it. She's like, "This is not my dog. This is everybody's dog." I found out when he got sick and everybody was like, and in 4 days had his recovery taken care of. That's how we are around here. Family, friends, co-hosts. If you guys ever have any issues, we always pray for each other because we know that the power of prayer is unbeatable and it's unmatched. That's why I always like to pray for you guys. And that's why I want to pray for you right now as we send you up out of here. I want to give a prayer for Diggity Diggs, Terry Cone, Rebecca Lanyon Bueno, Audrey. Also, who else? Kelly, Cavalier, Liberty and Justice Mike, Mark Dorfman, Joshua, Miss Swanza, Batty Lynn. Also, Liberty and Justice Casey, Sam Champion, Kendra Walker, many people who've always watched the show and hold us down, people like Dot Focus and everybody else. Amen. But guess what? You guys might be trying to make some money. And if you're trying to make some money on some surveys today, guess what? We've got a link in the description where you could make up to was it $1,300? It was a lot. No surveys today, you guys. I'm telling you like this, it's over $700 worth of surveys in there today. I think it's actually $1,300 worth of surveys in that link in the description. You guys, when you see the description and the links right up under me, hit the link in the description. It'll open up. You'll see surveys there. Go do those surveys. If you complete them, you have a chance to make up to, I think it's about $1,300 today. Also, you scroll a little further, the Jeffrey Epstein files are there. You scroll a little further, my direct email address is there. So you don't got to really worry about what I'm saying. You guys got to please pay attention to the link in the description because every single thing is there that we cover. Whether it's the mailing address for your promo or whether it's the Big Drip local, the website to do the Show Your Talent search. And that's what I'm about to tell you guys about right now. Because if you got a business that you're trying to promote, we want to help you. We've almost got 70,000 subscribers. And with that, we want to help out our members, our subscribers. If you have a business, I don't know if you have a baking company, you might be a chef, you might be a lawyer, a lawn doctor, or a barber. Whatever you do, car detail, we want to help you get your promos out there. Send over your promotions to us. We're going to put them in the post notification area, so up to almost 70,000. But right now, 62,000 subscribers will be able to see your promo in the post notification area, but it has to be 1080 by 1080 in order to fit. Trust me, you guys, you want to make sure it's put in 1080 by 1080 in order to fit in the post notification area. And the address that you want to send those promos to is bridgethisllc@gmail.com. That's bridge, like the Brooklyn Bridge. This, not that, but this. LLC@gmail.com, and we will make sure to put your promos up. And guess what we got coming up? Because it's getting warm, y'all. That's right. Me and my DJ, that's my DJ Don Dada, formerly of Black Ink Crew. We put on the Show Your Talent show. That's the talent show that's sponsored by Big Drip Hard Punch right there. You see that Big Drip Hard Punch? That's 14% alcohol by volume. I don't know why people still drinking cut water. It's 4%. This one will, 14, 4. I don't know if you guys are mathing. Try Big Drip Hard Punch for a greater quality taste. If you like grape, raspberry, and a lemon blend, you're going to love Big Drip Hard Punch. It's 14% alcohol by volume. And if you're trying to be a part of the talent show, you got to be 21 and older because, yes, it's sponsored by Big Drip Hard Punch. I'm going to be your host, BOOGOTTINYC. We're doing this in Manhattan, Bronx, Brooklyn, Queens, Staten Island. Also going live with it, so you guys will be able to be a part of the talent show too. If you win, boom, you'll make $250. After we do all 5 boroughs, we bring everybody together, and one person, that's right, you guys see it, one person is going to be able to win. Where's that at? Right there. Up to $1,000. One person or a group. That's right, you guys. You want to be a part of the talent show. I'm going to be listing where the show is going to be. In order for you to check out the talent show, put your email address in the website, www.drinkbigdrip.com, www.drinkbigdrip.com. Put your email address in the mailing area. We're going to keep you updated on where I'm going to be at, when we're going to be doing the talent show, and when you guys can chime in. And you, boom, can make $250. Cash that right to you if you win. Because instead of waiting for you to show up, all you got to do is press the button on the phone and go live. And if you got the talent, you better show it because we want to see it, and everybody on the platform is going to be able to see it. That's the way we opened up the Show Your Talent search so everybody can be involved. Getting out of here today. It's hump day. That's right, you guys. It's Wednesday. Until tomorrow, I got to stay prayed up and make sure that we're covered. So who we praying for before we get up out of here? Rebecca Lanyan Bueno, Liberty and Justice, Teddy. I also see, who else is up in here? I see The Real. I see Liberty, Terry Cone, Batty Lynn. Who else we got? Audio. We got Miss Swanza, how you doing this morning, Miss Swanza and Sam Champion? Hope you guys have a healthy and fantastic day, as well as your family. Jay Cricket, you as well. Christian, I see Rebecca Lanyon. I want you to have a safe day. And again, we're hoping that you have a fantastic follow-up when it comes down to all of your doctors and everything that you're dealing with, sis. We love you over here, just to let you know. Amen. And with that being said, y'all could have went anywhere. But the fact of the matter that y'all came here to chill with me on Wednesday for Our Bottom Line, for the anniversary of Our Bottom Line. That's right, this entire week, we're celebrating 1 year, 1 calendar year of pressing that button and never messing up. I'm talking about as far as showing up. May have had a couple of audio issues, a couple of video issues, but we showed up every day and we showed out the best that we could. And that's all that we can ask. So with that being said, y'all could have went anywhere. But the fact of the matter that you came here to chill with me, I appreciate you. So until tomorrow, 6 o'clock, same time, get 'em! Peace. See you guys tomorrow. Y'all have a fantastic day. Peace.